Greetings, guys, gals, and Godmaster gamers alike. I'm a grinning gamer, and welcome to our third episode of the Hallownest Pacifist playthrough. I hope you have been enjoying your time here as much as I have. Today, we proceed onward to gain the Mantis Claw. I do not need to go down here. I was mistaken on my choice of direction. I apologize. Hello, Tiso. Yes, I do wear the snail with ease. Unfortunately, I care not for what you have to say. I must proceed onward to speak with a certain eater of legs after I speak to a certain father of grubs. Goodness gome, that crawlad was very close to kissing my buttocks. That is a rather vulgar thing to say, and I apologize. You may have noticed that my voice over the past couple episodes has been getting progressively louder. The first time I simply decreased the game's volume, and this time I have increased my own. After all, it is very difficult to decide how loud is too loud for the game and how loud is too quiet for me, and the reverse, of course, but the reverse of the reverse being more important. So, the reason we have proceeded up here is because we do not wish to harm the large shrooms that guard entrance to this part of the map. Therefore, we shall be taking this other route to get around and unlock the shortcut to the Queen's Station. Hello, sir. Please allow me to proceed. Thank you. Dash I shall, to avoid danger, and drop down into the lair of the Eater of Legs. Hopefully he does not wish for mine. Hello, sir. I do not wish to sneak past you. I simply wish to buy from you something I feel you will find very agreeable. Yes, this especially is something I greatly desire. Fragile Heart is very nice, but you know what? I think I shall purchase this, simply because I desire it. That is the only reason I purchase anything. There is only one purchase that is absolutely necessary, and that is the lantern. Something I should probably be saving for, but seeing as I am unable to get to Sly at the moment for his rescue, it is not a travesty. That was, but it is to be expected for the moment I mention being halfway decent at the game. Excuse me, my throat was filled with sugar. It did not allow me to speak clearly, as to be expected. Now, oh dear. Ah, the poor spore, defeated by its own hubris. It's to be expected. Luckily, we do not need to bother with them. Hello, Claude. Because I will not be saving you from the lesser Molochs in the ancient basin, it is conceivable that you will survive this playthrough. I'm afraid I'm not able to words today, as with every day. Please permit me to rest a moment as I take sustenance of an H2O form. I believe I am sustained well enough for now. That was very close to being extremely bad for me. I do not need the shortcut for now. Hello, sister. I'm afraid I cannot follow you at the moment. I must drop down here first of all. Firstly, to collect some moolah. Secondly, to avoid this fellow. Thirdly, to avoid this fellow. Next, to save a certain unfortunate friend. Stuck way up here. It is to be expected to take damage from these funglings, as getting in and out of that room without taking damage is a feat nigh impossible. Now I shall collect this geo from these encrusted mushrooms. A real wonder of science, that is. A mushroom that can grow money. Like they say, money doesn't grow on trees. Well, apparently it grows on fungi. Who knew? I shall indeed bounce up here. Oh dear. Get this geo up here, as I am once again sorely needing it. There we go. Excuse me, dear Ambloom. I must gather my geo. Unfortunately, Cornifer, once again I do not require your maps. I must save my geo for much more important purchases. Pardon me. I have certainly taken damage. Needless damage. But it was to be expected. I am not appreciative of that, good sir. Thank you. I shall now climb this very dangerous ascent, because relics are going to be extremely important for us to remain wealthy. Let us descend at great speed to avoid detection and destruction. Two D words that are very important here. Now we shall descend once more. Onward proceeding, onward moving. Oh dear. Excuse me, dear Ambloom. Once again I'm required to get past you, and I'd rather not resort to violence. Up once more, and across. Now we shall require the mantis claw from the village. Hopefully they do not mind. This shall be very interesting. Ah, yes. Allow me to move past you. I hate to be a bother, but this is how it must be. I will not battle your lords today, as that could be seen as a kill. Even if it isn't, I know another way in. Excuse me. Yes, I wish to rest here a time, and then immediately get back up. Yes, now I shall break out this cluster, so all I have to do when I get up there is retrieve the money, unless, of course, I flub it up. Then I will be in danger of being attacked by this youth. Oh dear, that was a very unwise decision on my part. I believe I shall have to rest to avoid destruction. Of course, if I wish to gain that geo, it may be a bit more dangerous than I first expected. Yes. I have survived. Incredibly. It seems that I am much more capable of navigating without taking damage. whenever I am not trying to kill anything. Of course, now that I have said this, I am very likely to be proven wrong in an instant. Any second now. Any second now. Any second now. This is absolutely astonishing. Who would have known? That by calling it, I avoid detection altogether. It really is remarkable. Excuse me. There. We have proceeded. Excuse me. I require the claw. Yes, we have acquired the claw, and therefore we are able to get nearly anywhere at this point, which is very beneficial for us. For because we chose not to fight that poor maggot hiding in the shell of a much mightier warrior, we do not have a key to access the main gate of the great city. Hence, we will have to find another route in. Here we are. Going up there was simply to avoid having to deal with the fiends that are trying to attack us. Here we climb up, drop down, once again, to get more geo, of course. And we need not kill the poor mantis standing on the door. So, we shall proceed upward after getting that geo cluster. I am enjoying myself very much now. Here we have a wanderer's journal worth 200 geo. Sir, I am very unfond, if that is a word. If not, I have just created it. I am very unfond of... To you as well, sir, I am very unfond of being hit. I hope you will understand my feelings on the matter, as it is a very common feeling to have. The need to not be hurt is unpleasant. I have no need to come back up here, for you see, because we do not have the key, we have no need to go to the bridge, and no need to follow our dear sister. I have made a terrible error. For now that we have the claw, we are very much able to save the young mistress trapped at the base of the village, and therefore earn a mask shard for saving her. In doing so, we will also be receiving a subpar charm that I will never use, but it's alright because it's a charm, and charms are helpful because they allow you to get notches, and notches are very helpful. Here we shall navigate through once more. There, you swipe at the air like a fool. Like me, unfortunately, I often swing at nothing. Bretta, I shall rescue you. Not because I wish for your admiration, for that would be prideful and selfish, and that is not the way. It is not the way, at least not that of a pacifist. A pacifist is at peace with the world, and therefore requires no adulation of others. I am not very fond of spores, particularly their spores, which is the only real method they have of being a bother, but in doing so, they make themselves an extreme bother to me. Hello, Bretta. Yes, I know. They left you behind. They were very inconsiderate. But I shall save you, because you give me a mask shard. And I am going to be very happy. Not currently. I'm busy falling into acid, which is not very happy. But I am more than happy to leave your eventual boyfriend behind. Not me, of course. I am your current boyfriend. No, I mean that so-called knight of great renown. He is no knight. I am knight. I am the knight. Not the Hollow Knight, but the knight. A Hollow Knight. I know it's confusing. They weren't thinking very thoroughly when they came up with the names of these characters in particular. But it's to be expected. It is only two men after all. Two ingenious, beautiful men. I am not gay. But they are very talented men. I have fallen, but I can get up. Now we shall dash through. Once more dashing. Thrice more dashing. An exceeding amount of dashing, which will come in extremely handy in this next area. Because, as you may have guessed, because we do not yet have access to many things, there's only one real way we can get to the city right now, and that is by doing a considerable amount of very unwise things, chief of which is falling into acid. That is very unwise. It almost certainly leads to death if one is uncareful. Yes, I have rescued you. Be free. Jump, dash, jump again and dash. Slide, jump, dash. Yes, of course. Spore Shroom. A useless charm to me, but it is a charm, so we shall collect it. If only for the notches. Yes, this passage leads to our destination. Here we have some more Geo, because it is always nice to have Geo. Oh dear, downward we plummet. I wish to go in here briefly. Now we will get to see the prowess of one who knows the map very well. No, I do not like you. I like you less. I love you very much, and I despise you. I hope you think about what you've done in those jars, what you plan to do to others. I'm quite happy that the collector could not tell the difference. After all, I may have deserved that for speaking ill of another creature. Even if I did not plan to kill it, it is unwise to be unkind. Ah, this may be the place where I die. No, I refuse for it to be so. It seems it is very difficult for me to strike the blow when I cannot get any air. Amazing. I was not hit by the vampires. They usually spawn like mad. Hello, Mr. Guard. Please leave me be. Yes, I do not wish to bother any of you. I shall be on my way then. Excuse me. I do not wish you harm. However, I am not overly fond of you. Silly fool. I have suffered because of my hubris. Thus I deserve, once again. Good sir. No. I have suffered again because of my hubris. I had hoped that there would be something to gain from all of this. I was mistaken. Oh, I should point out, here is one of 2 places you can find Conifer in Deepnest. He has unique dialogue if you meet him here. Yes, it's very dangerous here. This he says before. Unfortunately, no. No, I am not interested in your map, unfortunately today, sir. It was perhaps unwise for me to come here, especially without the lantern. But it is my choice. Perhaps an unwise one. Yes, very unwise. There we are. It is very hard to see. Perhaps, if we are lucky, we will be able to survive until we get to the hot spring, which is the intention, of course. This retinal problem I have is certainly a problem. Hello. I have suffered greatly. It was to be expected to happen at some point. Of course, where we have awoken, and where we must get back to, are so incredibly far apart that this is indeed a heartbreaking setback. But we shall survive, I suppose. It is very unfortunate that we have died so far away. I had planned to end the episode at the hot spring, but now I'm afraid I must go a bit longer in order to reobtain our soul, our shield. I have gone too far. It's to be expected when one is a bit, admittedly frustrated. Even so, we shall survive. Unfortunately, there isn't really a closer bench to the one we were almost to. I suppose that is the biggest heartbreak of them all. While I was at the bench that I had just awoken at after dying, I should have taken the time to swap out Fury of the Fallen for something like Soul Catcher, which I had intended to earlier, but I was too stupid to do so. I hope you will not mind that this episode runs a bit longer than the other Pacifist ones so far. But alas, it was also not my intention to be killed by a Garpede. But I suppose Deepnest is infamous for its rather annoying parts. I only wish to open this for later. It is not useful to me at the moment, but I shall unlock it nonetheless. Perhaps I shall acquire some soul off of these souls over here. I know that sounds redundant, but oh well. Yes. Thank you. I realize this is probably considered cheating the system, but seeing as I have already died in this playthrough at least once, I believe twice. Yes, it is very possible it was twice. I do not remember. My memory is not the best. Wee. All the way down to the bottom we shall fall, and yet shall we rise, eventually. Now to the bottom we go, hopefully without incident, unlike last time. Oh, Bumpy, your cousin Ruby. I'm not very happy about that, but I suppose to be expected. Deepnest is not a friendly place after all. Ah, there we go. Nosk is missing now. Here's the guard. Where is our shade is the question. I cannot hear it, which is unfortunate. Oh, shade, where are you? You are not over there. Oh, shade, where are you? There you are. It is nice to find you and become whole again. Ah. I believe this is a good place to stop for now. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of the Hollow Knight Pacifist Let's Play. I am Grin, and I will certainly see your smiles soon. See you.